champions. Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome.
Today we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from the Superdome. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, Rodgers. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Working with a 2nd and 3. The Saints at 11-2 now. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. The sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Robert Tunyon,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points in the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator?
Oh, yeah.
What he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line. They start the drive with Cook.
Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. He was was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And that's got to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And complete right side to Cook. Touchdown, Chicago!
Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
I found a steal at the bottom of this drive.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kicks away.
A steal.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Oh, you talking about the league I'm talking about? Oh.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games, because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Win now.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
What the fuck? You on the game?
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
No, I'm saying
stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, the former star in nearby LSU, Patrick Peterson. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple, because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Man, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Now it's Fields. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Fields. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder, this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Dominique Robinson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Rodgers.
There's Chris Olave.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. And, boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers.
Finding Alvin Kamara for the completion.
Touchdown!
Alvin Kamara.
26 yards.
And the Saints have taken the lead.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Lutz to kick it off.
Isabella now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Isabella now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track. In the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Fields to commit there for a Chicago first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Out of the gun, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bears are back within a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Finding room at midfield.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Kamara up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 44, Rodgers. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
This one complete to Tonyan underneath.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Fields now to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Flush to his right.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
But you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Now Fields.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
On 1st down, Fields. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior.
and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Cook following the penalty.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Fields. Open. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Now it's Peterson. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
Here's Johnson with a reception. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
To throw is Fields.
This is caught. Touchdown, Bears! Donovan Peoples-Jones in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Bears have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. The quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Here's Fields.
Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
It's not like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this is Cook with a grab. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On play action, Fields. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run with Cook. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. James Cook halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Rodgers. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw is Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be out right at the 35. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Pulled in at the 24. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all.
getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Dominique Robinson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. Harold Landry, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Rodgers now on first down. And able to find Allen Lazard.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Rodgers.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
On second and 10, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts of charity for each interception that he threw.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. He's got a man complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Off play action, Fields. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Good catch. The Saints take over first and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
It's complete. Kamara.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
And the Saints first down. First and 10 at the 40.
Now Rodgers.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Bears 46-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers.
He completes it to Olave.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Chicago, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. To hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tank when I ride, ducking the fades. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast, 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
With the business.
Oh, man. Squeezing out wins, man. Squeezing out wins, big dog. Oh, for real. They was trying to get a nigga to lose that game. I ain't gonna hold you. Nigga, on one play, nigga, he's down 7 in the fourth quarter. Nigga, I get a stop on 3rd and 35, yeah. Nigga, why did they call roughing the passer? 3rd and 35, bro. I'm like, nigga, there's no way that nobody on my team can be that stupid. Like, you mean to tell me that you dumb enough to get called for 3rd and 35, my nigga? Come on, bro. That shit crazy. I needed that win, bro. If I lost to him, I lose the first seed, because he was 11-2. And I was 12-1. So if I lose that, I'm 12-2. He's 12-2. But that was a big game, boy. That nigga Strick trying to fight to hold on to the damn playoffs in this league. He is, but it's one of them jam-packed situations. I tell you one thing too, is I don't want to see that Saints nigga I just played in the off. Like, his defense wasn't. He didn't like. his defense, he got a good defense over there. He got Denzel Ward, Marshawn Lattimore. I don't know what he traded to Strick's former user in order for him to get Aaron Rodgers, because Strick has nobody of value from the Saints. He ain't got Tyrann Matthew. He ain't got Michael Thomas. He ain't got nobody. I don't know what that nigga got. I'm not even gonna play week 1 in this damn league. Can you see my share play from your phone?